Okay, so happy Friday, December 11th, 2020, right before the weekend. This is the weekend before our finals. And of course, finals, we are only meeting one day next week. Remember, you can go to my main page. Remember, you can go to my main page, and if you want to know the exam schedule, click here. And this is our doc for all of our assignments. I don't think I put in the last couple, but almost all of our assignments. If you still need to make up old assignments like portfolio grades or something like that, you can do it through here. It's easier because it takes you to the main page. Or you can go back from the assignment to the main page and watch the video for the assignment. For big assignments, you want to watch the video to make sure you get a quality grade. And if you're way behind on your assignments, oh my God, Mr. Carvajal, oh, I haven't really kept up. I don't know how I'm going to get them all done by tonight. The most important thing to get done by tonight is all the test grades. So you should have done the reading test from the beginning of the semester, the 4 portfolio grades, and then the essay. And if you get those done, that's the most important thing. And then a lot of people have been doing those makeup grades. Oh my God, there has been so much good writing from all of my classes. I am stunned. I am stunned by the quality of work. Not just, oh, let me write a little, give me a 70. No, people have been writing great. And I'm so proud of all my students because they are really learning to be positive on purpose. And it makes such a difference in how you learn, in what you learn, and how you feel about yourself. It's huge. People are learning to believe that they are smart, confident, and successful, and you work and show yourself every day who you are. And it's so funny because I've had students, well, not really students, I've had teacher friends who try and call me out. This one guy I used to work with at another school, he came up to me one day and he was like, don't you ever get tired of being so fake? And at first I was a little offended. And I thought, well, you're right. Sometimes I am fake. Sometimes I'm in a really bad mood and I put a big old fake smile on my face and I act right and I act happy. So yeah, okay, you think I'm fake? I can be fake sometimes, but I'd rather be fake than negative and bitter like you. I didn't think to say that at the time. At the time, I was just kind of flustered, but it's true. Um, there's a student in one of my classes that talked about how, Mr. Carvajal, you're not going to believe it. I'm like, what happened? I hadn't worn my retainer for like 3 months, and I knew it was going to hurt to wear it. And my mom was fussing at me, wear your retainer. We paid a lot of money for that. So he was like, you know what? Fine, Mom, I'm going to do it. And he put his retainer in and he was like, it hurt, Mr. Carvajal. And you know what I did? I'm like, no, what did you do? I started saying my affirmations. I love wearing my retainer. I love having straight teeth. And swear to God, Mr. Carvajal, it felt better. And I'm like, yeah, it does. Being positive makes a difference. I mean, if you put your retainer in and said, oh my God, it hurts. Oh my God, I can't stand it. Oh my God, it hurts. Oh my God, I can't stand it. I mean, how long would you be able to keep it in? If you're positive on purpose, it really does make a difference. So keep that in mind. And yes, you are smart, confident, and successful. Wow, Carvajal likes to talk today, doesn't he? Oh well, forgive me. So anyway, if you come into week seven, happy Friday. And we've got our discussion question. Who is the parent, family member, somebody close to you you are most grateful and thankful for? And we're going to read this poem, Those Winter Sundays by Robert Hayden, one of my favorite poems. I love this poem. I read it in my early 20s, and it just blew me away because it reminded me so much of my situation with my father. I've talked plenty about my angry father and how things were when I was growing up, but we don't stop and think, sometimes parents are angry for a reason. And part of it is because parents work hard to provide our home, to provide our food, to provide the clothes, to provide you with that iPhone, all those things that we have. Parents work hard and we take it for granted because, well, isn't that their job? Isn't that what they're supposed to do? Well, yes and no. And learning how to realize all your parents do for you, that's powerful. I had to learn to forgive my dad for not being perfect, and learn to be grateful. And for a lot of us, that's one of the best things we can do. If you want to help your parent quit being angry sometimes, hey, start telling them thank you. Mom, thank you so much for all you do for us. Dad, thanks for taking care of us. Thanks for the rides. Thanks for the home. Thanks, thanks, thanks. And when you start thanking your parents, you'll be amazed at how they start treating you differently because you're treating them differently. So when I was a kid, we were poor. We didn't have much at all. We had a little dumpy 2-bedroom house that was kind of falling apart, and we didn't have central air or central heat. We just had little space heaters. If any of y'all have an old home, you have like the gas jets in the wall, and you plug in the hose for the space heater. You light a match and start the fire in the space heater, and that's how you kept your house warm in the winter. Well, my dad was very paranoid and nervous about many things, but one of the big things he was upset about a lot was fire. Like, oh my God, I cannot leave these heaters going at night. I do not want our house to burn down. So, it's not very cold here that often, but some days it is. Some days it gets down to 14, 17 degrees. And it didn't matter how cold it was, Dad was going to turn off the heaters before he went to bed. So you better get as many blankets as you could, because if it was cold, you were going to be cold. That's all there was to it. But Dad also made sure he got up first thing in the morning. He was the first one up. He turned on all the heaters. He warmed up the house, and he did that anytime it was cold. It was just expected. Another time that Dad really shocked me was one time I was the MC at a talent show at school. I've always been kind of a ham, in case you're wondering. And I was the MC for the talent show, and I mixed something up. I said something wrong. I decided to change something on the script that the teacher had told me not to do. And she looked at me and she said, "That was really stupid. You shouldn't have done that." So I felt really bad, and I went home and I told my dad, because I thought, well, Dad knows I'm stupid, so he'll want to hear that somebody else made it apparent to me that I was stupid. So I said, "Yeah, Dad, I messed up at school, and the teacher told me it was stupid what I did." And he was like, "What? What happened?" And I said, "Yeah, I messed up. And the teacher said it was stupid that I did that." And he was like, "A teacher told you that?" And I was like, "Yeah." I thought he was going to say, "Hell yeah, tonto, you're always screwing up." No. My dad said, "Okay, thank you for letting me know." And the next day I got called into the principal's office. And the principal's like, "Stephen, will you tell me what your teacher said? Will you tell me what your teacher did?" And I did. And they made the teacher apologize. And I was so shocked. I had no idea that my father would react that way. I just could never have expected it. But he did. And he did it because he loved me. So let's go ahead and read this poem. And once again, think about the parent or family member you are most grateful and thankful for. And even if they're a little angry with you sometimes, they get upset with us because they care. So this is called Those Winter Sundays by Robert Hayden, one of my favorite poems. And if you listen, it's very similar to my own experience. Those Winter Sundays by Robert Hayden. Sundays, too, my father got up early and put his clothes on in the blue-black cold. Then, with cracked hands that ached from labor in the weekday weather, made banked fires blaze. No one ever thanked him. I'd wake and hear the cold splintering, breaking. When the rooms were warm, he'd call, and slowly I would rise and dress, fearing the chronic angers of that house, speaking indifferently to him who had driven out the cold and polished my good shoes as well. What did I know? What did I know of love's austere and lonely offices? And when we're young, we don't know. We have no idea all the things and all the time parents spend taking care of and worrying about us. So once again, think about it. Who is the family member that does the most to take care of you. If it's both your parents or both your grandparents, of course, put both of them on there. But put something in the discussion and tell us why. And then if you'd like to write them a letter, I'd sure love it. They would love it if you did. So all you have to do is click here to make your own copy. If you click there, it'll say make a copy. It'll open up and it'll look like this. And this is the template. You just put the date that you want, whatever date you want to give it to them, or today's date. You put dear mom, dad, dear Tia Petra, whoever it is, put that on there. And here's a sentence starter for you. I know I don't say it much, but thanks for always. What do they do for you? Continue your letter, finish it off. If you want to change the color, you don't have to leave it green. I love green, so I make many things green. But you can go to page setup, file, page setup, and you can change it to anything. Just don't make it too bright of a color because it's kind of hard on the eyes. Woo! You need sunglasses for that. But if you want to, find a less neon color, if you want to make it, red, I would make it more like this, so it's not so bright. Then it doesn't hurt your eyes to look at. Write the letter and share it with me, Stephen.Carvajal, and send me a message. And if you are missing a grade, if you still have a daily 0 you need to make up, I will put in this grade in place of that 0. And that will really be a wonderful thing for you to give it to your families. And let me tell you, every year I have kids come back to me after Christmas break, because I do this. I've been doing this for years. Every year I have kids come back to me after Christmas break, and they're like, oh my God, Mr. Carvajal, my mom cried when she read that letter. Oh my God, Mr. Carvajal, my dad hugged me. My dad kissed me on the cheek. I mean, oh my God. I mean, things like that. So it's wonderful. It's wonderful when you are grateful, what an effect it has on the people that you tell thank you to. So if you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to, I ain't going to twist your arm. It's up to you. But take some time, at least answering the discussion. And then after you're done with that, hey, work on work that you need to get done. And in this class and in any class, right? Those classes you're failing in, get to work. It makes a difference, honestly. Even if you know you can't pass, do the most you can to get the grade as high as you can. Because if you can get your grade into the 60s, at least, next semester, all you got to do is get your grade up to 80, and you will pass for the whole year. So once again, do what you can. Write a letter to your family if you want to, if you think you should. And then let's just enjoy the rest of the day. I'll be playing Christmas carols and Christmas music in the background. If that offends anybody, let me know, message me, and I'll switch it. Okay? So once again, you are smart, confident, and successful. I think we forgot our affirmations, but that's okay. We can still do them on our own. And let's get things done, and let me know if you need any help.